Bonjour. Le Centre des congrès RBC de Winnipeg est situé sur les territoires du traité numéro 1, sur la terre ancestrale des peuples Anishinaabe, Ininu et Dakota, ainsi que le territoire national des Métis de la Rivière-Rouge. The RBC Convention Center is located on Treaty 1 territory, the home and traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Ininu, and Dakota people, and it is the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Il existe des preuves que des peuples autochtones se sont rassemblés dans ce qui est aujourd'hui appelé la Fourche, là où la rivière Assiniboine rejoint la rivière Rouge depuis plus de 6000 ans. Au fil des siècles, divers peuples, des commerçants de fourrure aux immigrants, ont traversé cette région. Dans ce qui est aujourd'hui appelé Nizozibin, ce lieu de rencontre est un espace où tout le monde est invité à se réunir pour entretenir des liens. There is evidence of indigenous people gathering in what is now called the Forks, where the Assiniboine River connects to the Red River for more than 6,000 years. Throughout the centuries, various people, from fur traders to immigrants, have passed through this area. In what is now called Nizozibin, the gathering place is a space where everyone is invited to come together to foster connections. En tant que médecin de famille et professeur clinique associé, favoriser les liens grâce au mentorat est quelque chose qui me tient particulièrement à cœur. En établissant des relations sincères et créant des espaces sécuritaires, nous pouvons tisser des liens plus profonds et favoriser l'empathie et la compréhension. La Fourche est un exemple remarquable de la façon dont nous pouvons en apprendre davantage sur les peuples autochtones et le lien qui les unit à la terre et aux personnes qui partagent leur espace. As a family doctor and associate clinical professor, fostering connections through mentorship is something that is very important to me. By building authentic relationships and creating safe space, we can make deeper connections and foster empathy and understanding. The Forks is an amazing example of how we can learn more from Indigenous people and the connections that they have to the land and the people who share its space. Je m'appelle Dr. Hélène Codey et je suis membre du conseil d'administration du CMFC. J'aimerais maintenant accueillir sur scène notre chef de la direction, le Dr. Mike Allen. My name is Helen Cuddihy, and I am board member of the CFPC. I would now like to welcome CEO Dr. Mike Allen.
Merci, Helen. It's been an incredible 3 days so far, and it's been wonderful hosting FMF here. FMF is such a fantastic event. It's filled with opportunities to learn, earn credits, network, and actually just hang out with some friends, which is one of the things that always drew me to FMF, that important point. Wednesday started off with a keynote from Alika LaFontaine, and the presentation was entitled How to Change the Social Contract. It offered us a lot to think about in an evolving medical system. It also included poster presentations like how to mitigate stress in the workplace, something that I needed to attend. And then a presentation by Pierre called Pick Your Briefs. It's not what it sounds, you get to pick brief summaries. And then a whole bunch of workshops throughout the day, including, and the day finished off with a wonderful beach bash. And I reminded everyone that the TV show Falcon Beach, which was kind of Canada's 90210, was filmed here in Winnipeg and then played as a place down in the United States. Just some interesting history. Thursday's keynote was Gillian Horton, and the talk was entitled Hope in the Meantime, and it helped participants identify and implement strategies to push through what's holding us back and our stresses. Thursday offered more than 30 sessions, including an aptly titled managing hot flashes, cold facts, and lukewarm evidence, again by the peer group. There were poster presentations like challenges to pediatric consent in the ER, lots of celebrations throughout FMF, including last night's Together 2025, which was a really wonderful evening, and we saw lots of great awards given out to very deserving people. Today's another packed day, and this morning includes the President's installation. Peter Katz will join us for a keynote, We Become What We Celebrate, which will teach us about storytelling and connecting patients, practitioners, and fosters belonging and resilience. There are many great sessions throughout the afternoon that include challenges in diagnosing celiac disease and navigating osteoporosis care. One of the posters, and there are lots of posters, talks about primary care project teams, which of course the college is very much behind. The evening events include a student and resident reception and the awards gala. And I hear they have someone good tonight to host. For those of you who don't know, it's me, so yeah, you're in for a disappointment. So FMF does continue Saturday. There's a whole host of presentations, including care of transgender and gender expansive adults and incorporating palliative care into your practice. There are sessions and events that lead to convocation, which is obviously a very important time for us because we get a chance to celebrate special designations, certificates of added competency, fellowship, life members, and all of those joining us as CCFP members. I hope you get a chance to attend the powerful celebration. Thank you, of course, for attending FMF here in Winnipeg and celebrating all of this with us, while learning how we connect our focus here at FMF. I also hope you take a chance to experience some of Winnipeg. A couple nights ago, I got to go to the WAG, the Winnipeg Art Gallery, and the Indigenous art there is unbelievable, the amount of it. So if you do get a chance, try and take that in too. Now I want to move on to the President's installation. So I would like to call Dr. Carrie Bernard and Dr. Sarah Cook to join me on the stage for the installation of the CFPC President for 2025 to 2026.
As your immediate past president, with many of our past presidents with us here today, and if you want to speak to them, they're down there, it is my honor to officially install Dr. Sarah Cook of Yellowknife, Northwest Territories as President of the College of Family Physicians of Canada for 2025-2026. Dr. Cook, 1 year ago, you were chosen president-elect, and by the virtue of the bylaws, you are assuming the presidency, the highest office in the College of the Family Physicians of Canada. With your agreement to assume this office, do you accept the trust your peers have placed in you to become the leader and main spokesperson for the College of Family Physicians of Canada?
I do. I do.
And Dr. Cook, as our president, do you agree to commit to carrying out your official duties and upholding the dignity and principles of the office by serving the college, its chapters, our members, and the specialty of family medicine with professionalism and honor?
I do.
And to advocate on behalf of all of our members and the patients and communities they serve?
I do.
I'm good.
It's my... You all beat me to it, but it's my honor to present the 71st President of the College of Family Physicians of Canada, Dr. Sarah Cook.
It is a privilege as president to honor our immediate past president, Dr. Carrie Bernard. It is a great pleasure to present to you, Carrie, this past president's pin as a token of appreciation for your efforts and achievements on behalf of the college over this past year. Okay. I'm just going to see if we can get the slides up here. Maybe I need to advance. Okay, there we go. We have at least slides on one side. Hopefully everybody can see over there. So good morning, and I just want to start by saying thank you to Mike and thank you to Carrie for your incredible leadership and your mentorship, especially over the past year. It is, let's just see if this is going to work first. There we go. It is a real honor, a true honor to stand here today in the presence of so many incredible colleagues, friends, the staff who keep our professional home running, my board colleagues who provide such thoughtful and energetic leadership to family medicine, and of course, my family. C'est un honneur de prendre la parole aujourd'hui devant mes collègues, amis, le personnel de CMFC, les directeurs du conseil d'administration qui font preuve d'un leadership à la fois visionnaire et engagé en médecine de famille, et bien sûr ma famille. The word humbling doesn't quite cut it to describe what this feels like at such an important time in the history and the trajectory of our profession. Following in the footsteps of the giants in family medicine who came before me is energizing and inspiring and also a little bit intimidating. And many of them are sitting right here in front of us and can see their photos up here on the slide. So you may understand why it took me a little bit of time to think about it when I first got the call. It was the summer of 2023 when then President Dr. Christy Newton called asking if I would consider the officer track to become president of CFPC. I was looking out over the wildfire smoke engulfed Great Slave Lake. Between multiple work demands, an impending wildfire evacuation of our entire capital city, and a child in the midst of a rare disease diagnostic journey, there were a lot of other things on my mind. Ma réaction à l'annonce de Dr. Newton fut de lui demander si elle avait rejoint le bon Sarah. Après tout, il y a plusieurs Sarah impliquées avec le CMFC. Le collège n'a jamais eu la présidence issue des territoires, et la plupart de ces présidences venaient de postes universitaires prestigieux. I was assured that indeed I was the right Sarah, and with some reflection, I made sense of that call, given the current crossroads of our profession. To give you a quick snapshot, I was born and raised in Nova Scotia. Though I first chose marine biology, I soon discovered that I preferred people to abalone and turned toward medicine. I knew what I was getting into. My dad was a cradle-to-grave family doctor. My older brother and my sister-in-law, who are also here in the audience, are also family doctors. And my grandfather was a rural GP turned general surgeon. My husband, Matt, and my 3 kids, Kira, Zach, and Saul, here with us, and our husky, Chile, have made Yellowknife home for most of the last 17 years, where I've worked in many parts of the system, from truly full-scope family medicine to leadership, to now a combination of primary care, obstetrics, abortion care, medical assistance in dying, and GP oncology. Through these experiences, I am convinced that rural and remote issues magnify challenges that are present everywhere in the health system across Canada. Whether it's fractured health information, human resources challenges, or access and equity disparities, these issues are ubiquitous. They're just really easy to see in remote contexts. So let me share a story to highlight this. We know that access to relationship-based comprehensive care is what everyone wants to achieve, but it's an enigma in many parts of this country. For Mary, this lack of access was devastating. I met her when I was working on the chemotherapy unit. Mary lives in a remote community about 800 kilometers north of Yellowknife. She's now traveling 1 out of every 3 weeks to Yellowknife to receive palliative chemotherapy. She told me that she knew it was cancer all along. She was both angry and sad. For 2 years before her diagnosis, she had been going into her small nurse-run health center complaining of abdominal pain. But every time it was a different nurse, with a different opinion, and usually she was sent away with Tylenol and told that she'd be put on the next visiting doctor's list. Visiting doctors came and they went, but very often she got bumped because of more urgent issues. Finally, a visiting doctor did see her and, concerned, ordered a CT. It was cancer, and by now it was metastatic, too late for cure. Had Mary had consistent access to a family doctor and a primary care team who knew her story and who saw the progression of her symptoms, would it have been different? I think it would have. Mary's story of delayed diagnosis due to lack of continuity and poor access is all too familiar. The stories may be amplified in remote contexts due to resources and distance, but of course, fractured healthcare systems occur everywhere, and lack of effective primary care is really common. The devastating outcomes are something each of you have or will see in your careers. Nous sommes confrontés à d'importants défis. Certains relèvent du système et semblent hors de notre portée, comme celui que je viens d'évoquer. D'autres sont existentiels, reliés aux valeurs propres de notre profession. Nous subissons des pressions pour raccourcir la résidence, l'empiètement d'autres professions, des organismes de réglementation qui remettent en question la valeur de la certification, le fardeau administratif, et j'en passe. It might feel like we're near a cliff. I tell you this not to dwell on the negative, but to acknowledge that this is an important time in family medicine. Primary care has the attention of government and the public. It's important to people. It feels personal. And with every crisis, of course, comes opportunity. This is tough work. So why on earth did I say yes when Dr. Newton called me that day? Because I believe in the value of family medicine for the health of all Canadians. Family doctors provide 52% of all medical services in Canada. That is enormous influence and opportunity. Our strength as family physicians lies in our adaptability, thanks to our world-class training. We evolve with our communities, shifting roles as needed, both within but also far beyond primary care, while staying grounded in the relationships that are at the heart of our work. To quote family medicine leader Dr. Sarah Newbury from a recent chat for our new podcast, there's a really exciting edge in family medicine when we can both look in at our practice and out at the community and use the skill set we have to meet those emerging needs. Nous faisons une réelle différence pour la santé des Canadiens. Nos soins produisent les meilleurs résultats et c'est pourquoi notre profession inspire une profonde confiance. And I also said yes to Dr. Newton because I believe in the value of the college. Our training, our certification, our standards, our advocacy, our support of primary care research. We are a professional home that welcomes all family doctors in all of their various roles. And this professional home is critical to our identity and our influence as a profession. As Jane Philpott said on a podcast recently for the Canadian Society of Physician Leaders, I think we sometimes underestimate how much wellness comes from exercising our autonomy and advocating for change, and then seeing that change happen. Alors, quelle est la suite? Cette crise a suscité un nouvel élan qui ouvre la voie à de nouvelles possibilités. Repenser, rebâtir, et prendre les devants. There are advances in AI, which, if harnessed well, can let us focus more on the work that matters and less on administrative tasks. There are already many innovative models out there that are working well. This is the focus of our new podcast with CFPC called Family Medicine Matters, Real Stories, Real Solutions, aimed at finding and spreading these nuggets of hope. And there's a focus on teams. We don't and we shouldn't do this alone. I never work alone. We stand at a crossroads. Family medicine is under strain, but it's also alive with possibility. If we choose collaboration, if we insist on our own wellness, if we commit to inclusivity and collaboration, then family medicine will not only survive, it will lead the transformation of our health system. Ensemble, nous pouvons faire de la médecine familiale le meilleur métier au monde et la pierre angulaire des soins prodigués à chaque personne dans ce pays. Together, we can make family medicine the best job in the world and the cornerstone of care for every person in this country. Thank you. Merci. Miigwech. Masi.